This is for members only. And I'm proud to say that I come straight from the block. I'm from a place where if you're not blessed to eat with a fork, you just gotta connive your way to the top.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You ain't nothing but a...
Welcome to another edition of The Buck Stops Here. I am your host, Hound Dog Buck 50, one of the illest, if not the illest, battle rappers in the game. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. But this is not about me. We're going to I shouldn't say recap, but we're going to talk about the upcoming battle with Verb and the mighty Geechi Gotti on Gnome 10, small room style. Let's talk about it. Now, this battle kind of has a backstory because Geechi's been calling out Verb for a minute. So they've been trading their little jabs. You know, every blue moon, Verb will say something like, well, Geechi can only battle gangsters because that's all he battles. That's not really true. Geechi's battled a little bit of everybody. In his brief run, he's battled enough people to where it feels like he's battled everybody in the top echelon. And even if you don't think he's won every battle, he's performed. He hasn't done any New Jersey twerks on URL. So you have Geechi going against Verb. Verb's last battle was against Lux. I gave Verb that battle. The battle wasn't really memorable to me. I'm just keeping 100. It wasn't bad, but it was nothing. I remember like when Hollow and Lux battled, that was one of those battles you watched over and over again. Let me see who won. The Lux Verb was it was underwhelming, but that has nothing to do with this. So let's talk about it. In this battle, you got Geechi who's hungry because he figures he's counting his list. He's like, okay, I battled John. I battled Sue Surf. I battled K-Shine. So he needs Verb because he's rounding out the circumference, so to speak. So I know Geechi's going to be hyped up for this. Verb will be ready because anytime those vets go in there against the up and coming killers, that kind of gets them motivated because they want to prove to the current wave that they can still hang. So as far as motivation goes, I think the motivation should be even because they both want to prove something. But now, in a battle like this, I can only pick one. And I have to look at consistencies or inconsistencies and what might worry me. Now, I know Geechi battles a lot. Even in this quarantine, he's battling a lot. Hell, it's 4 a.m. as I'm doing this, and Geechi's probably somewhere battling right now. Geechi's probably got me on his itinerary, and I don't even know it. But Geechi, I think a lot of this depends on his workload, and I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he's written something for Verb long ago, and Verb likewise. Now, Verb, I'm sure he'll have a lot of angles for Verb. Verb is kind of like an open book. Not to mention, Verb loves to talk. So when you love to talk, it's entertaining, but you also, give people, stuff that they can talk about in a battle if they're paying attention. And with that being said, because I can't sit here and say I don't know who's going to win because it's not a prediction blog, I'm going to say, it's going to be tough because you know why? For the people that think Verb is just going to get bodied, you got to remember, these guys are vets, man. Tay-Rock, Verb, John, these guys are vets, man. So the vets know how to hang in there. That's why they're vets. I'm quite sure that Verb is probably going to counterwrite something for Geechi's third round. I can't picture him not. I'm sure he has some type of plan. Some way to try to diffuse, Geechi's third. So it's going to be. I think this is. I was just about to say Geechi. I've been was going to say Geechi, but now when I think about it, and I think about Verb being a vet and how he may. Because here's the thing: when you've been out for a while, like Geechi has, it's kind of like sports, where in football you start off 2-0, 3-0. Nobody can scheme for you yet. By the time you get to week 8, 9, they got a bunch of film on you. Teams can create, a master plan on how to stop the run. And Verb is sort of benefiting from that. Now that being said, woo, who's going to take that third? That third is going to be interesting. I'm telling you, that third is going to be interesting. I really feel that Verb is going to come with something to counteract Geechi's third. So that third, I feel like that third is going to be I got a feeling that third is going to be a toss-up. So that leaves us with 2 rounds, the first and the second. Now the question is, can Verb take 2 out of these 3? Whew. I'm going to say this one is going to be, I can't see if I say debatable, I'm not picking nobody, right? I'm going to say Verb 2-1, but it's going to be very debatable. And one of the rounds that gives him, one of the rounds that I give him is going to be looked at as debatable. I feel it's going to be one of those things where he takes it 2-1, but it's going to be a lot of people thinking Geechi took it 2 over just preference alone because the styles are very different. But because it's Geechi and he's an up and comer, I think that levels off the playing field for Verb because that's going to make him, I think he'll be more motivated for Geechi than say DNA. Not to say that he wasn't for DNA, but the vets, they seem to get up for the young Tigers. So on that note, we're going to go Verb 2-1. And on that note, peace, love, and whatever else you think of love.